Terrific chance in Colossal to continue on those winning ways.
They certainly have, Lockie, and it does look a terrific chance, and the market has really latched onto that as well. Onto Colossal off the back of his very impressive last start win in the Coolgardie Sprint. He does get a few negative weight swings on some key rivals here, and there are a few seasoned sprinting veterans of the Goldfields in this field as well who could have a little bit to say in the race, but he does look very well placed to go back-to-back.
Let's have a look at the horses in the yard, and we'll start with our top weight. That is Sentimental Hero for Peter Fernie, and Troy Turner takes the ride.
Sentimental Hero has his first run on the Goldfields for Peter Fernie, and he's a quality galloper on his day, Lockie. I just think the 62 kilos and the sharpness of the 1,300 metres up against this quality of opposition might just be the levellers for him.
The two is Star Lion for Peter Fernie and Braden Garth.
What a warhorse he's been for Peter Fernie and how he's represented the Goldfields when he has come to town. The weight means it's a big mountain for him to climb, but he maps a treat and certainly wasn't disgraced under the 63 kilos in the Coolgardie Sprint or the Gold Rush prior to that. He's still building into his third Hannon's Handicap start.
The 3 defending is a scratching, so we now take a look at the 4. Kick a Goal Son, Peter Fernie, Clint Johnson-Porter.
Needed to draw a gate, this horse, I thought, to improve, and he hasn't here, unfortunately, Lockie. It looks a tricky path for Clint Johnson-Porter to plot for him, and I suspect that he might find this lot a little bit too sharp once again.
Before Shane Williams, part owner of our favourite here in Colossal, leaves the mounting yard, I'll catch up with him for a word. Shane, how are you? You've been travelling all over the country, all over the world. How are you enjoying your day here at the KBRC?
Yeah, it's good so far. The team got the first 2 winners, so hopefully we can roll into the third one.
You're one of our best dog trainers here in WA. How do you go about on a race day as a horse owner? Nervousness in comparison to the dogs, how does it compare?
Yeah, I'm probably a little bit more nervous actually when the horses are racing, but let the girls handle the dogs, so the pressure doesn't revolve around that.
Colossal, what are your expectations here this afternoon? I know there might be a small little multi that might ride on his chances.
Yeah, that's probably a bad thing, too much weight, but no, look, if Willie gives him a good run like he did last start, I think it'll be hard to beat.
Fingers crossed. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, mate.
There's Shane Williams with a word on Colossal, who is the next horse we'll take a look at for Grant Alana Williams and Willie Pike.
Yes, he is, Lockie, and he's been the one that the punters have wanted to target in the betting. I know that the second favourite in the market defending has been a scratching, but he's still into as short as $1.80 now, Colossal. The Williams camp have been very astute with the horses they've chosen to rip off the wet tracks in town and bring to the Goldfields, Lockie. We saw it with Starry Heights in the Coolgardie Cup, and this horse was no exception with his victory in the Coolgardie Sprint last time out as well. He's been a huge beneficiary and improver back on top of the ground, and while he gets some negative weight swings on opposition he faces again here from that victory, he maps for just as good a run from the barrier, and he was holding them through the line. He's capable of repeating the dose.
6, Reign of Fire, Joanne Forrest, Lisa Staples.
He was a good run in the Coolgardie Sprint at his first start for Joanne Forrest. Gets a couple of kilos on Colossal here for a length-beaten margin, but the barrier means he's likely to end up near enough to last in running, which makes things a little bit more difficult.
7, Counter Drive, Trevor Tasker, Keshaw Duran.
This horse will roll forward and sit prominently, but would significantly need to lift on the output from his past 2 starts to be going close to winning here, I think, Lockie.
8, Dance of Thunder, Peter Fernie, Lucy Fury.
He's been freshened up and back in trip, but likely to get run off his legs, I think, in this company. It's a good platform building race for him, but I think he does his best work over a bit further.
The 9 is High Pressure for Brett Drury and Vic Corver.
This horse was beaten under a length by Colossal in that Coolgardie Sprint last time out, Lockie, and gets 1.5 kilos in his favour here. He had to sit in the breeze outside Counter Drive there, and I think this time around should have no issues finding the fence in front from the barrier that he has drawn. There's a bit more in his favour here. He's a tough horse to get past if he can chalk up some cheap sections down the back, and with the lightweight, I think he'll run a mighty race.
He's your second favourite at around $7. The 10 is Irritable Rodney for Neil Deller and Lakdara Molly.
He's been freshened up and steps back in trip and has had a real knack of putting in a big run through his career when he has been kept on the fresher side. I wouldn't be surprised to see him outrun market expectations here, despite the fact that I would be relatively surprised if he were to win.
And 11, Laquetta's Gift is the last horse we'll take a look at for Peter Fernie and Tash Faithful. And Pete did give a good push for this horse after his winner in the previous.
I thought there might be a few punters keen to follow Laquetta's Gift into this, Lockie, off her last 2 efforts, and that's been the case in the market. She's a natural get-back run-on sprinter, which has meant at stages of her career she's run into some bad luck in her races, including her last 2 starts. But I like the booking of Tash Faithful. She's always been a mare that once she finds form, she can hold it and builds into her campaigns nicely with her first and second up runs under the belt. So she gets here third up today. She's drawn to stay out of trouble, and as they have shown at this stage of the day, Lockie, they can certainly make some ground. I think she's going to have admirers.
But it's all about Colossal in this market, now into $1.75. Riley, how did you order the 4?
I went each way with the 9 here, Lockie, in high pressure, who I thought could really run a big race from the front. He had to do it from the breeze last start in the Coolgardie Sprint, and I thought his effort, given he wasn't able to find the fence, was very honest. Should be able to find the fence today under Vic Corver, and think he'll run you a mighty race at an each way quote. From the favourite, the 5, Colossal, no knocks on him. I think he's going to get a very similar run to what he had there in that Coolgardie Sprint, and no surprise to see the market support for him. From the 5 was second, Lockie. Laquetta's Gift, the 11 in for third, and the 10 in for fourth. Irritable Rodney, I think, can run a race fresh. So my numbers here, Lockie, in the Tom Sayers Memorial Sprint, 9, 5, 11 and 10.
9 high pressure on top for Riley Morgan in the Tom Sayers Memorial Sprint, but the market is with 1 horse and 1 horse only. That is the 5, Colossal, who will jump your favourite at $1.75. Here's Royce Newton for the call.
Sentimental Hero to come forward. Has to carry the 62 kilos from barrier number 10. Dance of Thunder. This flashy chestnut to come forward now. So we just await Rain of Fire and Irritable Rodney. And Counter Drive just emerging from behind the barrier bus will come forward as well. The Blue Spec Drilling Boulder Cup is the next event on this 8-race program. Thanks, Stu. Tab Radio now on board. And this is the Tom Sayers Memorial Sprint. The weight of money with Colossal at 175 fixed, 180 now on tote. So we're just awaiting Rain of Fire to come forward. Was good last start, finished off strong to finish third. Now based locally with Joanne Forrest. Lisa Staples in the saddle, as she was last start. So red lights do flick away, but we're just waiting for Rain of Fire to complete the line. Next race is the Boulder Cup, sponsored by Blue Spec Drilling. Going to be a good battle. It is in the betting markets, that's for sure. Starry Heights and Iowa. They've been flip-flopping in terms of favouritism. So they might just be doing a bit of a gear adjustment here, maybe to the bridle of Rain of Fire. Just having a quick look at the market in the next. And it's Starry Heights 270, Iowa 275. So that just goes to show you how tight in terms of the betting. Okay, tongue tie to be refit on Rain of Fire. That's the reason for this short delay. Admiration Express has been supported today, $4. With Tab Touch going into the Boulder Cup. Another Chino 950 come right back steady at $12, upwards others. That's race number 7 on the card. In the meantime, Rain of Fire is about to come forward and complete the line. You'll need Lucky Lily to be alive in the main quaddie, number 6 in the first leg. As Rain of Fire has gone forward, we'll just await Lisa Staples to get her irons back, and then we'll be set. High pressure drawn the inside. Signal given. Gates fly back. They're off racing. Irritable Rodney out the back door. Also going back early on, Sentimental Hero. Colossal jumped well today. Likewise with Counter Drive, and there goes High Pressure to make a line of 3 up front. They were being followed by Star Align, Laquetta's Gift in the navy colours to the outside 5th. They were followed by Sentimental Hero, being followed by Dance of Thunder. A length and a half then to Kick a Goal Sun. Rain of Fire is second last, and last of all it's Irritable Rodney. So 800 metres to run in the Tom Sayers Memorial Sprint, and it's High Pressure on the second line of betting who shows the way. From the favourite Colossal second. Then we had Star Align third. Around the outside on the improved Counter Drive, Laquetta's Gift there as well, handy to the pace. A further 2 then to Sentimental Hero, Kick a Goal Sun, Dance of Thunder third last, second last Rain of Fire, and it's Irritable Rodney who has it all to do, spotting the leader. Alexander, 8 lengths. It's High Pressure who's going to bring them into the straight as they balance up. High Pressure showing the way a length. Here's Colossal on the outside, starting to extend nicely. Coming through on the inside, Star Align with the turn of foot down the outside. Laquetta's Gift. It's Colossal who hit the lead, but he hasn't fended them off yet. Star Align with a run today. It's Star Align on the fence. Colossal the outside. Colossal with the weight advantage, lifting Colossal. Colossal's got there from Star Align, big run with the weight. Likewise, Sentimental Hero, who's finished third, I fancy. They were followed in by Laquetta's Gift. Then we had High Pressure, Dance of Thunder, Kick a Goal Sun, Rain of Fire, Counter Drive, and Irritable Rodney was one of the last. Number 5, Colossal. He had to work for it today. Star Align with 62 kilos, Colossal with 55. 7 kilos separated them in the weight scale, and he needed the line there, Colossal. Star Align started to feel the pinch, which he was entitled to, and Sentimental Hero from the clouds. Have a look where he's come from. That was a nice run, potentially going into the Hannon's handicap in 10 days' time. He has been shot out of a cannon heading to the line, Sentimental Hero, and had to wait for a split as well. So probably Colossal's settling position as one in the race there, because they were coming thick and fast. Laquetta's Gift handy as well for the minor placings. Numbers coming to hand now. 5, Colossal goes into the frame. 2 gets second, Star Align. 1, Sentimental Hero, and 11, Laquetta's Gift for 4th. So that's a treble now to Grant Alana Williams and also Peter Fernie, both with trebles out of the 6 events today. And Colossal Pike getting every drop out of him in the run to the line to fend off Star Align. Colossal by Snitzel from Hallowell Bell, trained by Grant Alana Williams, William Pike in the saddle, owned by G. Williams, M. Alexander, R. Chitty, D. Huddy, K. Fisioli, S. Franklin, L. Holland, M. Holland, D. Ives, M. Johnson, S. Kenny, J. Marsh, R. Morley, T. Murray, Miss S. Ross, also P. Stewart, I. Townsend, S. Williams, and R. Buswell. Colossal, your winner from the 2 Star Align, Pete Fernie and Braden Garth, by Universal Ruler from Lean On Me, owned by D. Martin, Andrew Ingalls, Paul Jackson, also Brett Armstrong, G. Bowden, Al Chapman, Matt Armstrong. Star Align second. Good run. 1 gets third. Sentimental Hero, Pete Fernie and Troy Turner by Alma Herr from Sentimental Star, owned by Andrew Ingalls, Annabelle Ingalls, Pete Fernie, Karen Fernie. 4th in is the 11, Laquetta's Gift for Pete Fernie and Tash Faithful. Numbers 5, 2, 1, 11 as they return into the enclosure. It's Colossal who takes out the Tom Sayers Memorial Sprint. Race 7 is next. It's the big one. It's the listed Blue Spec Drilling Boulder Cup worth $125,000. It gets underway at 4:30. Starry Heights, your narrow favourite, $270 with Tab Touch. Ahead of Iowa at $275. Admiration Express, $4. And then we go out to another Chino at $9.50. Come right back at $12. They're your main hopes in the Blue Spec Drilling Boulder Cup. We're 28 minutes away in the meantime. 5-2, 111 interim after the running of the Tom Sayers Memorial.
Thanks, Royce. I'm now catching up with winning part owner Lukey Holland. Luke, Colossal, he takes it out, but there were a few nervous moments late.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think that's his go sitting outside the leader, but I think Willie just got stuck there. So he's better chasing, but look, he got there at the end, so well done. He seems to like it up here.
I spoke to Shane Williams prior to the race. He was very nervous riding the last leg of his multi. How are you feeling, and how was watching the race next to the Shane train?
Oh, I left him about halfway down because he was spewing, he was in the death. But yeah, look, yeah, I think he had a little bit lane on the big fella today, but Shane is good to hang out with, and he's pretty big on the horses.
Now, it's not only a big day for the stable, but it's a big day for you as well. One of the leading owners in the Williams camp, Starry Heights in the next. What do you make of his chances in the feature?
Look, he ran home brilliantly last start, didn't he? So 2100, we're not sure. Lansey and Grant think yes, so they're the bosses and they know best. So if he can show that turn of foot over a trip, look, he'll be screaming down the outside, and hopefully we can get over the top of him.
Speaking better than Grant already, well done.
Thanks, mate.
There's Lukey Holland, and here's Willie Pike.
I'm joined by Willie Pike for the 3rd time today after the win of Colossal there. Willie, the Williams camp have been very calculated with the horses they've ripped off those wet tracks in Perth and brought to the Goldfields, and he's certainly been one of those.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got it there, but I just think the wet tracks just had him a bit down in the dumps, and come here back on top of the ground, new lease on life. He's here, he's bouncing around, I think he's loving it. Yeah, and like you said, they just targeted the race very well.
It was a real get-back run-on sprinter early in his career and probably did his best work over the 1,000-metre and shorter trips in the 1,300 today. Has it surprised you at all with his maturity in terms of his ability now to be able to go forward, hold a position and be strong at the end of that sort of trip?
Yes and no. Yes, because if we did that on Saturdays, he generally fell in a heap. But I think just here, the conditions of the day, the tricky track, if you can sit in the first four, it's worth lengths to you in the home straight.
You're right, secret attraction in the last, Willie. It really set tongues wagging with her victory last start. Did it surprise you at all with just how dominant she was and the way that she powered through the line once she did get clear?
Not too much. Lucy was a real big push for her before I rode her. Just obviously the day I was having on that day, I was getting held up on everything, and she was no different. Loved the way that she got out and just attacked the line. Looked fantastic to watch, felt great to ride. Good barrier is probably our only main concern. I'll probably end up stuck 3 back the fence and making a meal of it, but I tell you, if there's a gap anywhere, she'll be through it before they know it.
It's been a good day for the combination so far. Best of luck with Starry Heights in the Cup.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
There's a Willie Pike combining with Grant Alana Williams and Colossal to take out the Tom Sayers Memorial Sprint.